The younger Lykovs knew about people from the recollections of their elders. The whole life in which they did not participate was called the world. This world is full of temptations, sinful, God-loathing. People must be hidden and afraid. This is how they were taught. One can understand the shock of the younger in the family, dark people, but not devoid of the ability to think, when they saw people, although they do not pray, but good people. It should be noted that geologists treated the Lykovs not only carefully, but extremely carefully. No insult to religious feelings, full respect for human dignity, help as possible, participation in their concerns. I will not enumerate everything that was presented by Lykov for their emaciated economy. Even cats and a spinning wheel from a baza were brought here by helicopter. The Lykovs have sincere friends. I asked Agafia and the old man to name them. They called it, Idinsev Yevgeny Semenovich is a golden man, Lomov Alexander Ivanovich. God help him, he also has a good heart. Our guide Erafei Sazontovich Zedov was a warm friend of the Lykovs. The old man and Agafia consulted with him, asked for something, persuaded him to take nuts. Among the friends here is the cook of geologists, Nadezhda Yugorovna Martisova, to whom Agafia confessed everything after the death of her sister, the geologist Volkov Grigory. Do you remember those four who first came to you? But what about Galia, Victor, Valery, Grigory? Said the father and daughter in one voice. Bow to them, if you see. At first, the Lykovs took the appearance of people as a sad inevitability. But very soon some of the young people timidly suggested that they were sent by God. Savin and Karp Osipovich could not like this interpretation of events. They did not say yes or no to the invitation to visit the camp. However, they soon came. At first, however, together, father and Savin, to scout. And later everyone showed up. And they began to appear often. With each meeting, the relationship grew warmer. There was a mutual burning curiosity. Geologists showed the found people everything that could interest them. Savin tapped the plywood with his fingernail for a long time, looked at it from the butt end, even sniffed. This is such a board. The board is not a board. The velmi is light and strung. The chainsaw, of course, amazed everyone. They looked around the boat with a motor, felt it, did not dare to sail, but watched with interest how the boat flew dashingly against the current of Abakan. The economic Karp Osipovich, having looked at everything and appreciating it at its true worth, considered it necessary to give the head of the expedition a secret advice: drive the cooks away. Negative. Peels potatoes without saving good. And he throws a lot of grubs to the dogs. Friendship with dogs did not work out with the Lykovs. Good natured, tribal, ready to caress, lick everyone, Vedka, Fog, Nyurka, and Oklaman did not want to recognize the Lykovs in any way. They raised an utter bark when they appeared. By this bark they even began to determine, weren't they guests from the mountains? They ran over the bridge to look. In fact, the Lykovs walked in single file, barefoot, in their amusing clothes, with long stalks. The unusual appearance of these people and the smell, very far, of course, from the aromas of Chanel, excited the dogs, and they died down reluctantly. There is a good bathhouse in the village. They drown it almost daily. The Lykovs were offered to take a steam bath. All flatly refused, we cannot do this. In conversations that were usually lively and even cheerfully, one day it came to the moment of the inevitably natural. Throwing your whole, moving over to us, said the compassionate cook, who considered it a duty to take special care of the Lykov sisters. Everyone fell silent and turned to Savin. Even my grandfather raised his eyebrows. They need to spin and pray to God, Savin said. More to the conversation on this topic did not return. But mutual visits did not stop. The relationship became closer and more friendly. Near the river, near the lower hut, Erafei showed me a contact point. A birch bark hut under a cedar. In it, geologists once left a lump of salt with the hope they will take it. Since then, the hut has been used for all sorts of random parcels. Someone goes up the river, puts a present in the hut, and in it, in turn, he always finds a birch bark package of nuts or potatoes. Left alone, Karp Osipovich and Agafia, according to Erafei, became completely Russified. They began to speak frankly, we miss you. And when the conversation reached them that the geologist's site could be closed, they became sad, but what about us? Yes, to people we must return, said Erafei. No, we can't. It is sinful. And we went deep to return. We will die here. I ask you to share these videos in your social networks using the buttons under the video and subscribe to the channel. I ask you to go and watch other videos about Agafia Lykova, which you now see on the screen in the end screen.